Siemanko moi drodzy, z tej strony Mordziaty. Witajcie w kolejnym materiale z serii Przysiąźmy do Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Moi drodzy, jak pamiętacie w poprzednim odcinku, byliśmy na weselu, była bitka i się wesele skończyło, wylądowaliśmy w więzieniu. Teraz mamy odpracować to. Musimy zanieść worki do szopy. Dobra, worki mamy z głowy. Pomów z Kowalem, znajdź zatrudnienie przy szubienicy. Dobra, pójdziemy najpierw do Kowala. To jest Kowal? Kowal OSINA.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, I'd say there's plenty of work to do around here. I'll gladly help you with something.
Aye, but I've only got work in the forge, and that ain't for everyone. I'm a respected tradesman here, understand?
Jestem
I'm
Kowalem.
a blacksmith too, even if I don't look the part right now.
Oh, really?
My pa was a blacksmith, a respected one.
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the time. I'll tell you what, go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat. He's our groom, always bothering me that he don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
All right. How many should I make?
How many legs does a horse have?
W sumie logiczne.
4.
Smart lad. We've got one horse. That's 4 times 1. But Kabat's already got 3. So that's 4 minus 3, which is...
Tylko jedna. To całe szczęście, już myślałem, że 4 będę musiał wykuć. Już wykucie jednej jest trochę męczące.
All right, but I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go. Lads, this here
Dobra, gdzie jest ta kuźnia? To jest tu? Nie, to jest szubienica. To Tomasz. Zajmij się podkową dla Kowala. F. Tutaj, Ogólnie dostałem małą podpowiedź od mojej żony, że tu jest węgiel i on się mi przyda. Mam nadzieję, że nikt nie zauważy. Może nie aż tyle. Weźmy z 10 sztuk. O nie, chyba zauważył ktoś. Dobra. I bierzemy się za wykuwanie podków. O, jest. Co jest? Kurde, coś tam chce ode mnie. O co chodzi?
Easy! I surrender!
You're a wanted man. The time has come for you to confess to your thievery. And if I don't find those stolen things on you, you'll pay for them as well.
Co? Nie mam pieniędzy.
Wait a moment. I'm sure we can come to an agreement, can't we? I just wanted to borrow it for a bit. But I forgot to ask first.
That's not how it works. You can't just borrow things without asking. But fine. If you return it, we can let it be. But don't do anything like that again. Got it?
Jasne. Skonfiskowali mi ten węgiel. Kurde, ja go potrzebuję. Jak mam go zabrać? Ajajajajaj. Dobra, może później. Zacznijmy.
Where's that fool of a blacksmith?
Dobra, mamy podkowę.
Damn wretch!
Ciekawe, czy mnie ktoś widział. Oby nie. Dobra. Teraz do Kowala. No, chyba mnie nie widzieli, to dobrze.
Have you seen Erazine the scribe recently?
I saw.
About that horseshoe.
Well, did you get it done?
Yeah. Here.
Well, what are you standing around here for? I told you to take it to Kabat.
No. You told me to bring it and show it to you.
You're a smart one, eh? Well, now I'm telling you to go to Kabat with it. He's our groom. Most likely he'll be idling by the upper stables, the grouch. Just between the two of us, he's a very unpleasant fella. Unlike me.
I can't wait.
While we're on the subject of the castle, have you seen Erazine the scribe? It was nice. Good food.
Robię to drugi raz, moi drodzy. Nie dziwcie się, że wiem co gdzie jest. Za pierwszym razem mnie złapali ci strażnicy i nie udało mi się wyłgać i skończyło się. Dlatego muszę jeszcze raz. Dobra, to...
You?
Exactly. Mistakes are punished here, so either I'd end up reduced to beggary, or I'd have to go back to what I was doing before. And I wouldn't like that.
What did you do before?
You're a bit inquisitive, ain't you?
Well, I get the feeling you're actually proud of it.
Let's just say I haven't always made an honest living. Is that enough for you?
Not quite. I'd also like to know if you've still got any tools.
I might be able to find something, but I'll tell you.
Dobra, na razie nie mam pieniędzy. Mogę ewentualnie zrobić robótkę dla niego, że ukraść różaniec. No i właśnie spróbowałem ukraść ten różaniec, ale mnie przyłapali i musiałem zaczynać na szczęście od tego momentu, od Kowala. Więc nie jest aż tak źle. Zobaczmy, co tam dalej mamy. A, znajdź zatrudnienie przy szubienicy, dobra. A tu też pewnie parobek. Parobek Kołda. Ten ma chociaż imię.
What brings you here so early in the morning?
I was told to come and ask you for a job.
Nice timing. Do you know anything about carpentry?
No. Blacksmithing is more my field.
Ah, well, that's handy. I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, OSINA didn't find time all year to hone the thing.
I could help you with that.
You could. Well, that'd be great. Go and get it from the shed, sharpen it, and bring it back to me.
Sure thing.
Dobra.
What brings you here?
Oj, sorry.
That you? Oh, never mind then.
Skąd mam wziąć tą siekierę? Stąd? Czy stąd? A może stąd? A, stąd, no właśnie. Dobra, mamy koło brusa. I elegancko. Proszę bardzo, naostrzone.
Here it is. Hope it's good.
Sharp as a skinning knife. Nice. Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And isn't it all the same whether he hangs or gets crushed by fallen timber?
Certainly not. For one thing, it would be a disgrace, because someone would have to finish him off, and no one wants to dirty their hands with that. And more importantly, I'd have to rebuild the damn thing all over again. You can't imagine how that would spoil my day.
I think I can, actually.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the devil.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Uh-huh. Would you happen to know how I can get into the Maiden?
And what would you want in there?
I want to pray in the chapel. And they don't want to let me in.
The chapel, eh? Well, I'll be damned. I know one hand by the name of Binyek that wanted into the castle too, but for a damn different reason.
And did he succeed? In getting in, I mean?
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard.
O,
There's caves under Tursky, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the Maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, they took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down. I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. I'll be...
dobra.
I've got to get back to work too. Farewell.
Co teraz? Po co mi w ogóle były te narzędzia płatne, że szewca? Dostań się do Tomasza, ocal pana Jana od stryczka. Dobra, musimy iść do tej studni. Ale przydałyby mi się też te wytrychy. Chwila. Handluj. Kurde, nie mam tego.
I'd like to do
Węgla.
something about that price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
What would you say to this?
That sounds really interesting. Lower. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Dobra. Może uda mi się teraz kupić, ale jeszcze muszę węgiel na nowo ukraść. Ile te wytrychy u ciebie chodzą? Gdzie ty masz te wytrychy, kolego? Ile? 13? Ile ja mam? Ja mam 8 i 9. O kurde.
Maybe next time then.
Tam jeszcze w sumie mogę buty sprzedać tamtemu typowi. Ciekawe, czy też w ogóle będzie mi potrzebny.
Let's talk about the price.
Sure.
How's this?
That's all. You'll convince. And a good day to you, friend.
Dobra. Może poczekam. Kurde, szybciej, kobieto.
This is that. Ah, shit. Oh, this was a bad idea.
Dobra,
Seems I won't drown at least.
udało się. Tędy? Nie. Dobra, chyba jestem na miejscu. Może trochę kucnę. Trudne, to nie próbuję nawet. O shit, strażnik. Ptaszek?
Hans! Are you there?
Henry! Is that you? You've got to get me the fuck out of here. They want to hang me.
I think they're just exaggerating. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
I don't know. But I don't want to be stuck in here anyway. This is no place for me. A noble.
Well, unfortunately, no one believes you are one.
You've got to find that Captain Thomas, who can testify who we are.
I know. But they took him during the night up to the chapel in the Maiden Tower. They won't let me in there.
Jesus! Why do I have to have such rotten luck? Christ wounds.
Well, we've been damn lucky all the time I've known you. It was only a matter of time before it turned to shit.
It's all the same. How did you get in here anyway? Did they let you come and see me?
No nie do końca.
Exactly. I shouldn't be here. And if they catch me, the game's up.
That's not good. There's a guard just around the corner watching the jail.
No właśnie, może niech spróbuję odwrócić uwagę.
I'll hide in the meanwhile.
Sneak into the torture chamber opposite. It's empty now, fortunately.
Że tutaj?
In the brewery at noon it's merry as a tap room. Merrily the boys all gather singing in the back room. Merrily the boys all gather singing in the back room.
Shut your beak. No one's interested in your squawking.
Till the morning. Jolly lad from all around.
Don't piss me off. Shut your gob, you idiots. Do you hear me? Shut your mouth.
Kurde, na górę?
I don't give a fuck.
And make sure those liverwursts are well roasted.
Nie wiem, chodźmy na górę może.
To hell with it.
And when that's all done, let the maids get stuck into cleaning, so you don't show me up in front of his lordship.
To nie był dobry pomysł.
Oof! What did I do to deserve this? Oh!
Sir, I want to ask you something.
You? What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be helping outside in the courtyard? Christ! Ah! First you cause mayhem at a noble wedding, and now you go snooping around where you shouldn't.
I noticed, sir, that something is troubling you. I could help you.
How could a vagabond like you help me?
No, w sumie tak.
I might not look the part, but I've read a lot.
Don't waste my time with your jokes, you nobody. What would you be able to read?
Species de keep it, sir. Looks can deceive. As it happens, I've read many Latin and other texts. For example,
O,
etymology
udało
of
się.
Isidore of Seville, the writings of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen, and the Herbarium de Horis Sanitatis, De Materia Medica, and others.
Well, you really surprise me, lad.
Anyway, I'll examine you and try to make a diagnosis.
Yes, that should help.
No dobra, dawaj to.
Advice from anyone about it? Have you tried anything for the pain?
Well, I talked to our surgeon. He just said it was odd and told me nothing more. So I went to Kolin to see Professor Joachim Bavorski. and he advised me.
Yes? What?
It's a little awkward for me to talk about, I must admit.
Master Chamberlain, I'm here as a practitioner of the medical arts. You can rest assured that whatever you tell me will remain between us.
All right. The professor spoke at length about Jupiter and the houses, and then he told me that my bodily humours are out of balance.
I would expect so. And what did he recommend?
Well, that I should get more silver into my body. So I wear more silver jewellery, and when there's a full moon, I go to the meadow here below the castle.
Nago?
Really? So you're taking it quite seriously. And has it worked?
No, but there'll be a full moon soon, so I could damn well use some other advice.
I understand. Tell me, Master Chamberlain, does it hurt all the time, or does it come in waves?
No, not all the time. More like I get attacks.
Uh-huh. And these attacks, have you noticed whether something set...
Well, it's worse when I get upset.
And does it get worse in autumn, when it gets colder?
Yes, it's usually worst in October. Then I don't even have to get upset for it to start.
All right, that makes sense.
Dobra, lecimy po kolei.
Sir, what do you usually eat?
Well, I often eat from the...
So, a lot of roasting...
Yes, and pâtés, goose, duck. I dine as befits my...
I see. With your permission, I'll examine you, sir.
What? Here and now?
Don't worry, I'll just have a look at you. You don't have to lie down or strip.
I'm glad to hear it.
You're quite pale and rather sweaty.
When it comes upon me, I sweat a lot.
Your eyes are all right. Do you have ringing?
Kurde, Henryk jaki lekarz.
Do your hands shake?
Well, I'm not the youngest, but it's nothing too bad.
All right. Sir, I'm afraid you have a stomach ulcer. If it's not treated, you could even die of it.
Good God! What should I do?
The main thing is a strict diet. No fatty or heavy foods. In other words, nothing from the banquet table. You have to eat boiled white meat, poultry or fish, lots of vegetables, and gruel.
Gruel? Like a...
Yes, like the common folk. And another thing, you mustn't get angry, under any circumstance.
What? I mean, what?
That's the way. Oh, and I'll get you a herbal potion. I know exactly what will do you good.
Can't you get me that potion right now?
No w sumie tak, nie mam przyrządów.
Require remedy. And unfortunately, I don't see how I can brew it here. I don't have the necessary equipment.
You're free to use the surgeon's apparatus in his study. It's upstairs in the crone. That's the second tower. Now we're under the maiden. Do you know how to get there?
I think so. But I was told to stay only in the outer courtyard. I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Trouble? I'm the one who has trouble. Don't worry. Tell them I sent you. Just go, for heaven's sake.
All right. Besides caring for your mortal coil,
What do...
I think I could pray for your health. A word to angels to ask for their intercession. The greatest Christian physicians recommend healing in both the material and spiritual world. And you have a very nice chapel here.
Father Nicodemus takes care of that. What I want from you is
Go
Dobra,
and get something for you.
good. If you'd be...
dobra, czyli mogę teraz jakoś w miarę się swobodnie poruszać. Zobaczmy na mapie, gdzie to jest... A, muszę wyjść. Kurde, kawałek drogi. Chwila. A tędy wyjdę? No w sumie tak. Nie, no dobrze, dobrze idę.
Aren't you supposed to be helping out? Scrub you're after. You're left right. You're scrub.
Tu Tu jest laboratorium, a zerknijmy sobie, co jest tutaj. Trudne. Dobra, tu chyba nic ciekawego nie ma. No dobra.
You!
O!
God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
I work here, genius.
A to jest ta, co ją wtedy uratowaliśmy w pierwszym odcinku, czy tam w drugim.
Who are you, actually?
Me? I'm just cleaning here.
We both know you're lying. The question is, why?
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell and will end up right back there if anyone calls the guards on him.
They let me out. I have to work off my sentence.
Really? Here? And what kind of important work would that be?
The Chamberlain sent me. He needs something for his stomach.
That slimy toad? If he doesn't watch out, his stomach will be the least of his worries.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
O, na przykład.
Because I could make plenty of trouble for you with the Chamberlain.
Uh-huh. And what would you tell him? That old deviant couldn't care less about anyone searching the surgeon's chambers. I wouldn't be the first or the last.
But he'd sure as hell care about how you talk about him. Deviant isn't a name that some lowly maid should be calling Lord von Burgov's right-hand man.
All right, all right. I get it.
Tell me what I need to know, and no one has to hear about it.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a look at his records. That crackpot writes down everything he does. Maybe he gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right. Thanks.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
Bardzo łatwe. To akurat sobie poradzę chyba z tym. O! Dobra. Mocny odwal przeciwbólowy? Dobra, robimy to antidotum. Napar przeciwgorączkowy. To też trzeba zrobić, moi drodzy. Dostałem taką informację od żony, bo ona już zrobiła to. Powiedziała, że tutaj musimy zrobić 2 lekarstwa. Ale niestety nie jest to powiedziane, bo jak będziemy u tego Tomasza, to ta jego żona będzie chciała, czy jak pójdziemy tam do tego Tomasza, to będziemy mogli wręczyć lekarstwo i to jest to lekarstwo, które powinniśmy wręczyć temu Tomaszowi i wtedy to pomoże i będziemy w domu, kurde, no. I tak jest, udało się.
Sir, about those health problems of yours.
Yes?
I have exactly what you need, sir.
Jeden wystarczy.
Sir, I'd recommend that you take this digestive potion to settle your stomach. Take it after every meal. And don't forget, a good diet and do not get upset.
All right. Thanks, then.
And now you ought to go and lie down, sir.
Lie down? Me? Ha! Without me, this place would grind to a standstill.
Sir, medicine isn't enough. You also need rest. Otherwise my potion won't have much effect.
Oh, all right, then. I'll try it.
And another thing. I don't want to bother you, sir, but I have a question.
Yes, what is it?
Couldn't I go and pray in your chapel?
Ah, that again. Good heavens. Go where you want, boy.
Elegancko.
Yards.
Thank you, sir.
Teraz musimy dostać się do tego Tomasza.
Everyone to me.
Udało się.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days. And the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
O, właśnie. Po to było to lekarstwo.
He's lying in a fever, so I brought something for him that might help.
Really? I don't know what to say. And I was against dragging Thomas to the chapel. I felt it would only burden him more.
God moves in mysterious ways. We ought to administer it to him quickly.
Yes, of course.
No i jeszcze zostało nam tylko uratować pana Ptaszka.
His fever is getting worse.
Chociaż w sumie jak jemu się polepszy, to on poświadczy za nas. Więc Ptaszek powinien zostać uwolniony.
I don't think he'll last long.
O. No, Ptaszek pewnie ma obsraną zbroję. W tym momencie. Idą strażnicy.
These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. The worst of all, a poacher! And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
O, gajowy.
With it, for God's sake!
But sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately!
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
W ostatniej chwili coś. Co to jest ten von Berghoff?
My lord?
Chyba tak.
What the hell is going on? It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him! He's a noble!
That's for me to judge! Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
No to się porobiło. Pan von Berghoff chyba jest ranny. Ale za to my jesteśmy już wolni.
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
No, może nie był ranny, tylko zmęczony.
You're messengers from Ratoi, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me.
A, jednak był ranny.
I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
No nic nie będę mówił.
It was somewhat unexpected. I must say, it was the first time I had a noose around my neck, and it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
Please, accept my apologies, sir. And that of my chamberlain, too. Is that not so, Ulrich? I must say in his defense that he had my orders not to admit anyone to the castle, and to be cautious.
I understand, sir.
At home, some bandits got into Tamberg by subterfuge, and it cost us a lot of effort to reconquer it.
I'm glad you understand. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Rataj showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
But we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king. Although I don't doubt your reasons, just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
I wouldn't be so bold as to suggest that, sir. We are merely interested in whether you would sit down at the negotiating table with us. It's necessary to discuss the future of the kingdom, whether it's to be a common one or not.
The future is still a long way off for me, Lord Capon. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep.
Czyli będę musiał pomóc w tym.
I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy. So we have common interests, too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here, and since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir.
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly what...
Dobra, zajmiemy się tym.
Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission.
Very well. I think the Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Rod?
Oh,
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't...
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind.
And why does this Toth...
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of...
Przepraszam was, że tak przewijam, ale ten odcinek już naprawdę długo trwa.
Good tidings you bring me from Nabokov. Go with God.
Thank you for everything, sir.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of... And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There your...
Mam nadzieję, że nie w stajni.
Equipment shall also be returned to you.
O, właśnie, mój ekwipunek.
In the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish.
Czyli rozumiem, że tutaj jest mój pokój.
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there. A little...
Alleluja. Wszystko mam, dobra. Moi drodzy, to tyle w tym odcinku. Dajcie znać, jak wam się podobało. Nie zapomnijcie zasubskrybować kanału, dać lajka. I do zobaczenia w następnym materiale. Na razie, cześć.